Ice on the wrist, mom pass me the Chris. Y'all whippin' like this. Wide body 6 with bricks in the whip. Y'all don't do it like this. Ice on the wrist, mom pass me the Chris. Y'all whippin' like this. Wide body 6 with bricks in the whip. I'm too fly for this nonsense. I'm a rider low. Besides that, I done stacked me a lot of dough. Got a couple, they like to dip low. I did the Benz, the Hummer, and the 6-4. And your chicks know.
Everyone, welcome to the first edition of the Industries Chopping It Up Streets Facts Edition. Yes, this is where SHEABABY himself likes to go over a few things with a few artists that are friends of mine, and that I mess with, and people out there that's in the industry that I feel that, you know, people that don't know should know the facts about. Now, G-Dep just came home from doing a 13-year bid. Shout out to G-Dep, that's my dude. Back in the days when I had my record deal, did a few videos. G-Dep always showed up. He fucked with my man Padron. He's family. He rocks with my man Padron. He's family. So I felt that he's home now. I felt that we should warm him up some. We should start letting people know the facts about G-Dep. G-Dep was one of them dudes in the streets. I'm telling y'all, make this money, all of that, change the game, have people Harlem shaking in the streets. It was nasty work out there. I can't lie. G-Dep was one of them dudes. His delivery, his flow, the way he played with the bars, pause, was nasty work. G-Dep was definitely one of them dudes. That's 100%. Now, the Industries Chopping It Up, Streets Facts Edition, we are going to show the facts of what really happened with G-Dep. G-Dep was him in the game. G-Dep friends, that people that work with Puff, work with people on the Bad Boy thing, got stuff to stay all over YouTube. So what I did was I put it together just so we could see a lot of the stuff that went on with my man G-Dep. Yes. Hopefully me and G-Dep will get to talk on the platform and really, you know, talk really what really happened. You know what I mean? I actually told y'all before, Dep is a friend of mine. So we will, you know, eventually get to the bottom of all of this, 100%. So sit back, get your popcorn, roll up, do what you got to do, drink some of that Mr. and Mrs. if you need to, and enjoy the show. It's Industries Chopping It Up. Street Facts Edition.
He sent the Bentley to the project. I was just G-Dep, you know what I mean, running around, doing my little shows here and there, you know what I'm saying, whatever I was doing. I mean, I saw something silver coming down the block, and the lights, you know, the lights on the car, on the Bentley got, you know, they got the round lights. So it was like, it was coming down the block, and you seen it coming down the block almost like, you know what I mean? Like it looked like unreal, like a spacecraft in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? He rolled out the window. It was like, you know, it was like kind of unspoken. I kind of knew that it was the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. He laid it down flat. He was like, yo, I'm a sign.
Just wouldn't let him forget. So he made an incredible decision to take justice into his own hands. Here's ABC's Deborah Roberts for our series, Crime and Punishment.
Pardon me, I'm just trying to get by until I die.
This is a tale of music, murder, and redemption. If you had it to do over again, knowing that you would go to jail for a long time, would you still confess?
I would do it again. I would, you know, I mean, because it was, I don't think there was no other way around it except me dying.
His name is G-Dep, short for Ghetto Dependent. Sean Combs even teamed up with him in his music video, Let's Get It. He led a gangster life and glorified it in rhyme. And he paid a great debt for committing a crime, betrayed by the last person anyone would have suspected, himself.
I was the only way I could have been absolved, you know, a person of sacrifice.
How he got there is a story in itself. G-Dep, born Travell Coleman, dropped out of college at 18 in search of a music career. He paid for recording sessions by selling cocaine on the streets of Harlem, New York. He dabbled in drugs. In the fall of 1993, a month before his 19th birthday, he mugged a stranger with a gun.
We were standing under the scaffolding on Park Avenue, 114th Street. I was riding my bike. I said, well, give me the money, man. the guy grabbed the gun, you know, and I pulled the gun back, and that's when I fired.
How many times did you fire?
3 times.
He fled on his bike. As he left home the next morning, police were canvassing the neighborhood.
They said, "Do you know anything about a shooting that occurred yesterday?" And I said, "Nah." That made me think he didn't pass away because they said shooting.
A week later, he got rid of the gun.
And I went to the East River and threw it away.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Full swings like rock and roll.
Coleman stayed quiet about the Harlem shooting, throwing himself into his music. Then, 5 years later, he caught the eye of Sean Combs. How much were they going to pay you?
Well, the record deal was for $350,000. You know, it was definitely, you know, more money than I have asked him.
He had a daughter with a girlfriend. That relationship ended. Then he met Crystal Sutton at a club. They married in 2004 and had twin boys, now 9.
He has such a great heart. He's always so giving, so caring.
He had fame, fortune, and now a family. And the stain on his past. How much did it eat at you?
It seemed like it just wasn't fair for me to, you know, be happy. You know what I'm saying? So I used to curb my happiness. You know, like just, now wait a minute, I'm smiling too much, I'm laughing too much.
He remained haunted by his secret, that shooting in Harlem. Whatever happened to that man? Was he dead?
I thought about whether or not he had children. He could have been a father. And here I am trying to be a father.
Did anybody know that you were hiding from this demon, this thing in your past?
I felt like I couldn't really tell anybody because I didn't want them to be involved.
Burdened by an unbearable secret, G-Dep's music career suffered. Sean Combs dropped him from his bad boy label.
Probably was the drugs. I was just knee deep in trying to, you know, medicate myself. Everything was boiling down.
The guilt.
To that, yeah.
In late 2010, Coleman couldn't bear it anymore. He confessed to a police officer he'd shot a man 17 years before. The police did nothing. Maybe he thought that you were just faking this.
Yeah.
Incredibly, Coleman later went back to police to confess again. What led you to walk into that police station?
I think I was just at a point, you know, where it was like enough is enough.
But nobody else knew about it? You could have just kept quiet and dealt with it on your own.
Just dealing with it was killing me.
Coleman's memory of the incident was vague.
I didn't realize it was hitting him or anything. Because I didn't see anything on, you know, I just fired.
But police soon found the cold case of John Henkel, shot during October of 1993 at Park Avenue and 114th Street.
And then after a while, you know, after I told him what happened, you know, he said, "I just wanted to let you know that the guy died."
Suddenly, you're charged in a murder. Did you start to have second thoughts?
Nah.
Travell Coleman had charged himself with murder.
You have to concede that that man probably lived in a jail in his head for 18 years.
Editor-in-chief of GQ magazine, Jim Nelson, was the jury foreman.
The hard parts about this case is that it involves a guy who didn't really need to come forward, who did. I mean, he needed to come forward for his conscience. But, you know, we were wrestling with this as jurors because this man's already gone through hell. And he's done something noble.
But he did kill someone.
I completely understand that for the people who knew John Henkel, it's a different story.
The jury found Coleman guilty of second-degree murder. On May 8, 2012, he was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison.
The case of Travell Coleman has haunted me.
One of your twin sons said shortly after you confessed and were arrested that he said he was going to take money from someone. And he said, if I steal, then I can go to jail and then I can be with Daddy. It must have broken your heart.
Yeah.
So they understand that Dad chose to turn himself in.
And they're proud of him. I have one really tough one, and then one that he'll cry.
Coleman had separated
well,
from
when did
his
that
wife.
exactly happen? Because while you were working with Diddy and Black Rob, and you know your name was kind of in everybody's ears, there were so many songs that you were releasing, and there was an album too. What happened? I mean, what point did you kind of fall victim? Was it after the album, kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it was really like during like, you know, I had a death in my family. I don't really want to act like that was really the reason. You know, like, you know, blame that on, you know, blame my you know, my drug use on, you know what I'm saying, the death in my family. But you know, that was kind of when I kind of just like, you know, I just kind of let it all really go, like around that time.
So when you did fall victim, as you said, to the drugs, I mean, how bad did it get?
I guess you could, you know, I guess you could say rock bottom. You know what I'm saying?
What was it just? I mean, what type of drugs were they? I mean, obviously, it wasn't just like weed or something like that. I mean, I've seen people pretty much be.
No doubt. I mean, I was dealing with that PCP. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was just out there. You know what I mean? You know, PCP. You know, it just leads to all kind of
mental stuff.
Yeah, promiscuous like an attitude. You know what I mean? Like, so, but that was basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So that, you know, the PCP was definitely.
And that's a very addictive drug. I mean, how did you get past that? I mean, are you past that stage now?
I mean, right now I'm still at the point where, you know, I still like, you know, I still blow it down from time to time, but I'm like just really, you know, I'm really past it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm at the point where I work out. You know what I mean? I try to just stay focused. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, it being an addictive drug, it's like sort of all or nothing. So, do you feel like you're totally past it, or do you think that, you know, at this point you could use help if help was given to you?
Nah, I feel like I'm past it. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you still use it on the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Not. I mean, I could say, to be honest, I could say yeah, but.
See, at this time, G-Dep was doing his thing. Nobody knew at no point that G-Dep was having issues deep down inside. G-Dep was one of them dudes when that song came on in the club, you started Harlem shaking. He was walking through Harlem. Trust me, I knew the dude. He was glowing. That's a fact. You never knew G-Dep was doing things like this deep down inside and was going through all these issues. You thought somebody would talk to him that was on his team and it would help him and get through all of this with the success that he had. Because making a hit at that time wasn't easy. So, Gene Deal tells it all about Puff Daddy and the situation that happened with his record deal with Bad Boy. So let's get to it. Gene Deal, you know how he do. He tells it all. Let's get money.
Didn't know he had commit a murder. G-Dep just thought he just had shot somebody. He was getting his life together. So he, you know, I think he had turned to God or religion. So he turned himself in regarding that incident, only to find out that that dude was murdered in the situation that he had with him. You understand? But Governor Holcomb gave him clemency because the fact that he turned himself in, the fact that while he was in jail, he was a model citizen, got his associate's degree, and did all the things that he was supposed to do so he could come back into society and try to be somebody. When he was with Bad Boy, you got to realize he came in with Black Rob. He was supposed to be Black Rob's artist. But Black Rob didn't have no paperwork on him. It was only, you my man, I'm going to bring you up here to Bad Boy. We're going to do this music together. You know, you're going to be my artist. And Puff seen that. And what'd he do? Snatched him away from Black Rob, put him on paper, you understand, and gave him a deal. You know what I mean? But that was Black Rob's artist. G-Dep was. So they did special delivery. G-Dep was, he was hot. He had a few nice hits. You understand? And probably could have, you know, been something real big. But it brought a little, you know, Rob didn't really care like that because he seen his man get on. And he brought him there for him to get on. But he didn't bring him up in there for Puff to steal him from him. But that's what ended up happening. So I guess after, you know, a few songs and everything like that, Puff just didn't. He didn't like the vibe with G Dep because him and Rob at the time was still doing some of the things that they was doing in the streets, and Puff couldn't control that, and let him go, drop it.
Yes. Yes. Come on, get that. Like Santa Claus. I told you I was bringing you home, right? Yeah, right. I said I was bringing you home to get my hug. Get over here.
That boy was in there reading.
Yeah. Derek. Hey, what's up, my man?
I mean, yo. That boy home. That boy home. That boy home. Chill. The deputy. The deputy.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed everything. It was real fire. I told y'all we was going to get to the bottom line and get to everything of, what really happened with my man G Dep. This was a good show, man. Thanks for coming out, rocking with me, and, and listening to the real facts of your boy G Dep. Shout out to my man G Dep. I hope everybody send that man some money and get him started. That's a real one right there. That's a fact. It's your boy Shay Baby, and I hope y'all enjoy it. I'll see y'all next time. Let's get it.